This video is supported by the Motocross Network magazine. If you want to support us directly, visit the motocrossnetwork.com and buy a copy of our magazine. January 2023 edition is out now. Check it out. Welcome to this week's rendition of This Week in Moto. We skipped the past couple weeks as news has been kind of lacking, but today we've got a lot in store for you. Firstly, let's take a look at a story that broke about a week ago, and that is Pro Circuit Kawasaki's Ryder DiFrancesco's thumb injury. As most of you already know, Ryder D had a practice crash last week resulting in an avulsion fracture in his thumb, requiring surgery. Since this news broke, DiFrancesco has given us an update on his status post-surgery. He claimed the surgery went well and that the doctors expect him to be able to hop back on the bike in 6 to 8 weeks. Yet another huge blow to both Ryder D and Pro Circuit Kawasaki. Alright, the next story we want to look at is an interesting one, and that is how KTM fixed their 2022 bike problems using their MotoGP stats. Use of MotoGP-specification data acquisition was pivotal in Red Bull KTM Factory Racing's preparations for the 2023 season, assisting in finding improved base settings. Team manager Ian Harrison has revealed that the team utilized the technology from KTM's factory MotoGP program, and it resulted in a firm direction leading into Monster Energy Supercross this year. KTM Group has 2 official MotoGP teams under its umbrella, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing and Gas Factory Racing, which rely upon extensive data acquisition processes and technology to help maximize performance on the track. Such resources were also instrumental in helping the team source an ideal setting following a difficult past year. Ian Harrison said in a statement regarding this story, quote, "Through our testing in the off-season and taking what we learned from Supercross, we were like, we have to just start with a blank page. We were lucky enough to get some data acquisition stuff from one of the MotoGP bikes. We put all that on a bike in the off-season. We got a good test rider, and we just ran through every single setting that we had. Definitely an odd way to find settings for a motocross and supercross machine, but hey, if it works, it works. So good work for the KTM team." This video is sponsored by Hydropower. Hydropower is rider-owned and specifically formulated for motocross. Give Hydropower a try. Visit drinkhydropower.com and use code TMN or click the link in the description to get 10% off site-wide. Next up, we finally were issued an injury update from the Rock River Yamaha rider Benny Bloss. Bloss was involved in a heat race crash resulting in him being knocked out of the race and sent to the hospital. Since then, both the team and Bloss have remained extremely quiet on the topic and ignoring our update requests. But fortunately, yesterday we finally got an update from Benny Bloss himself. Here's his video update.
What's up, guys? Thought I'd provide an update. Haven't said much since Anaheim. Had a crash in a heat race in the whoops. Ended up having a tailbone injury, which has been absolutely brutal. Tried to ride my dirt bike today. Was pretty stiff and pretty painful. So we've decided not to race San Diego this weekend. I'm going to give it a few more days rest and then try to ride some Supercross next week. And looking to be back for A2. Just trying to get back as soon as possible, but I want to thank everyone who supports me, my team, my sponsors, just everyone who's been there for me. Thank you guys, and hopefully get back on the track soon.
Definitely a bummer to see him sitting out this weekend's race, but if he doesn't feel comfortable, it's better to give it some time to heal. Alright, this next story I wanted to include because most of my viewers are American and thus unaware of most MXGP updates. The FIM finally issued the 2023 full MXGP season calendar, and I figured we'd take a look. As you can see, this year they're finally bringing back some variety that was eliminated throughout the whole pandemic debacle. Some of those tracks being Patagonia Argentina, Frauenfeld, Agueda, Hivanka, Udavella, and Thanhao. If anybody is interested in tuning into this MXGP season, go to mxgptv.com and get the early bird pass now. It's like 25% off for now, so go save that money if you want to watch. This video is sponsored by Sweet Life CBD. Sweet Life's premium CBD products are trusted by riders like Freddie Noren and Benny Bloss. Try some yourself by visiting getsweetlife.com. Use code TMN or click the link in the description to get 20% off site-wide. Next up, Red Bull Troy Designs Gas rider Pierce Brown, who was injured at Anaheim 1, claims to be healthy and will be racing again this weekend. Brown had a pretty big get-off at A1 and was thought to have a tailbone injury of sorts, but fortunately has since confirmed that it was just some bruising and that he is ready to line up at San Diego this weekend. Pretty good news for Gas. Alright, our final story of the week, and the most disappointing, is that of Red Bull KTM's Marvin Musquin. Musquin had a practice crash this week and unfortunately injured his wrist. Although the severity of his injury is currently unknown, all we know is that KTM confirmed that he will be sitting out this weekend's race and possibly longer. Well, that's it for this week's rendition of This Week in Moto. Leave your thoughts regarding these stories in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. See you next week.